Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Giga Geeks podcast, episode 29. We have 29 episodes. I can't believe it. Yeah, right. We've been doing this so many episodes. It's at least 3 a month. The last 2 weeks we've been off. I can't remember why, to be honest with you.
Life and just nothing new happening.
I was gonna say depression hit me pretty hard. I think that was probably one of them. What else?
Not to invalidate, but to reassure between you and Greg. I think you guys just overwork to where you're always like this, and then finally you have a moment of peace, and then you go down. And it's your brain registers it as depression, but it's just that like adrenaline dump, like it's like you're up here and then you're like, and then you're like, ugh. So
that might be it. Working overnights has definitely taken its toll, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and Greg's been working late evenings too. Like he gets home at like 2 a.m. So it's like, but then he's home all day with his daughter, and it's just on his days off, he's like, oh, like the depression hit me. And I'm like, I think you guys, like both of you are in the same boat. And I'm like, I'm not trying to invalidate, but I think it's more of a dump.
I can see that because he probably is in the same boat where I am, where on the days that I work, I sleep at 7 o'clock until maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon, depending on when my wife will let me. And then I help with the kids up until 6:30, 7 o'clock to get them down for bed. Then I spend time with her, and we watch we've been watching Outlander. And then I go to work
at the time travel one.
Yeah, the one in Scotland.
Time travel, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so we do that, and then at 10 p.m. I leave the house for work. So I'm at work from 11 to almost 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I come home and do it all over again.
Yeah.
5 days a week. Yeah. And it used to be where I worked mornings. I would be gone the same time that I would be sleeping here.
Yeah.
But I personally could lose sleep on my own time, whereas I can't now during the day, to do the things I want to do. I mean, we're in a good groove now. It just took a while to get there.
Yeah. But
my Steam Deck came back. That definitely helps because at work I can play when I'm waiting for stuff to do.
Yeah. And I'm like in a constant up here. 7 days. We're down to a week. Until
a week until you come out this way. That's great.
Yeah.
And then you'll be in the same time zone.
I know. It'll be so much easier for everybody involved.
So I have a few stories tonight. The first is layoffs at Microsoft. I see a lot of people complaining or arguing the fact that Xbox is dying because they hear Microsoft, all they think of is the Xbox brand. That is not the case. Yes, Xbox is closing studios. However, that's because some of the games that were canceled, such as Perfect Dark and Rare's Everwild, have been in development for such a long time that if Xbox keeps pouring money into these things and they just don't come to fruition sooner than later, then they're losing money.
Yeah.
So personally, like if they close down studios because it's been taking 10 years to try and get a game shipped, then by all means.
I mean, that when you say it like that,
it's not like they closed Rare either.
No.
Because Rare does Sea of Thieves. Like it brings in a lot of money. Like Rare's really not hurting, but like the studio under Rare that's probably doing Everwild, fixed. And I can see them like getting rid of some of the team that they really don't need. And we're gonna go in kind of what's into it because This article from The Verge by Tom Warren. Tom Warren does a lot of like these kind of pieces. Microsoft is laying off as many as 9,000 employees. Microsoft's latest job cuts come after multiple rounds of layoffs over the past year. And they've been laying off a lot of people. I mean, they've taken over Activision Blizzard. And I can't imagine you need 30 or 40 HR teams. You know, like I'm sure that the people that they cut at that time were people already in roles within the company that they already had. They don't need extras. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue. Microsoft confirmed that it's laying off as many as 9,100 employees, or about 4% of its workforce. Think about that. 4%? 4%. And yet another round of cuts this year.
Okay, so that's almost 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's only 4% of people.
Go on. Because I don't understand why people are complaining.
I mean, people are losing their jobs. Yeah, people get laid off everywhere, but yet this seems to be a big deal. Like, come on. This is over the entire umbrella of Microsoft, not just a specific set of divisions.
Yeah.
Yep. Employees in Microsoft's Xbox division, known as Microsoft Gaming, are being hit hard with these layoffs, although exact numbers and divisions are not yet known. Xbox leader Phil Spencer said in a message to the team to position gaming for enduring success and allowing us to focus on strategic growth areas. We will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. Remember what I said about like you don't need 2 HR teams?
Yeah.
This is kind of similar to what I'm alluding at. Like you don't need. They're trying to cut the Chiefs to Indians ratio.
Right.
Like
which
you have too many Chiefs, then nothing's getting done as effectively as it needs to.
I mean, and a lot of people do that in a lot of companies.
That Sony did it. Nintendo's, I'm sure, has done it. Like it's not rare in a multi-billion-dollar industry. And I see a lot of people arguing that Xbox or Microsoft makes billions of dollars, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a company. Like it has to make business, and if it's hemorrhaging money somewhere, you're going to cut it off.
And that's with any job. That's any huge corporation.
Mm-hmm. You're not going to keep the guy that keeps getting in trouble and costing the company money. No. And that's how I see about like Everwild right now. Like it's gone.
That's fine.
You're gonna look up at. I'm gonna get into that. That's actually next paragraph. Bloomberg reports that the now Microsoft-owned King division that makes Candy Crush is cutting about 10% of employees, or 200 people, while other units like ZeniMax have also confirmed that they are cutting jobs. Microsoft is also laying off more than 70 people at its Forza Motorsports studio Turn 10. 70 people. It's not really a lot compared to some of these other devs.
70 out of the 9,000, or is that like a whole separate?
The 70 out of the 9,000, as well as canceling its Perfect Dark and Everwild games. Yeah. The studio behind Perfect Dark, The Initiative, is also closing down as part of these layoffs. These layoffs have come less than 2 months after Microsoft announced it's cutting more than 6,000 employees, followed by an additional 305 reductions in early June. Microsoft faced a series of layoffs over the past year, including around the performance-based cuts. See what I was talking about when it comes to like, if you have somebody that's not performing up to par, get rid of them. You don't need somebody dragging you down. They have seriously hit morale. According to multiple Microsoft employees I've spoken to. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess if my buddy got laid off, I'd be disgruntled or my morale would drop too. But like in the grand scheme of things, I'm working for somebody. I
Yeah.
have to expect them to be trying to make money. Microsoft
Yeah.
laid off 1,900 Activision Blizzard and Xbox employees in January 2024, followed by several game studio closures and job losses in May, and 1,000 job losses from its HoloLens and Azure cloud teams in June. Microsoft also laid off 650 more Xbox employees in September as part of the restructuring related to the company's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. In this memo, the Xbox Phil Spencer sent to employees. Today, we are sharing decisions that will impact colleagues across our organization to position gaming for endurance success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas. We will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness out of the respect for those impacted today. The specifics of today's notifications and any organizational shifts will be shared by your team leaders in the coming days. And there's a lot more to this article, but from what I've read is they're literally restructuring to try and streamline the system, because it said a lot about management there. And first, people are going to think, oh, they're closing studios because they don't care about the games. No, they're closing studios because they care about the games enough to know they need to cancel something if it's not going to ship.
Sometimes it just flops before you even put it out.
I mean, Turn 10 has done the Forza games. So Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon. They basically nixed the Forza Motorsport team, like the more hardcore version of the two. And it's really geared more towards like a niche audience, the gearheads, the people that want to play a game that is truly authentic to the experience.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't imagine that ships better than Horizon, which is more of a casual arcadey racing type of game. And I was talking to my uncle, who is a really big like motorsport fan. Like he plays a lot of car games. Racing has always been his jam.
Yeah.
And this is what he said, because I was like, it caters to a niche audience. It sucks, but Horizon did better financially, if I'm not mistaken. We're talking about the layoffs tonight, and he said Horizon definitely does better than. And it's a better game. Motorsport has been going downhill since the fourth one. It's great visually and it drives wonderfully, but it's not a fun game. And that sucks for somebody who plays these kind of games almost specifically. Like,
yeah,
you can't keep playing the same game year after year. Like, yeah, it looks good, but what
like
other
you gotta
tools
have
are there going to be to add?
little tweaks. Like my thing that really drew me back into Final Fantasy with 15 was like, okay, we actually got rid of turn base and now it's a little bit more open and fluid. And it was a nice change. I felt like it made it more modern of a game.
So kind of like more modern Western RPG.
Yeah. Okay. But like I love going back. Like right now I'm replaying Final Fantasy VIII and like I love the dynamic. But it's like it's nice that that's the change. Like you have to have like a little change. It's not gonna hurt you. Yeah. I mean it could, but it's not gonna destroy you to change just a tiny bit.
And now that I know that Turn 10's closing and the Forza Motorsport 7 is going to be probably the last one, I may have to buy that one just so I can say I have it.
Yeah. There's just certain things you got to get.
Yeah. And that comes up to our next one, because there's an initiative happening right now, and we'll talk about it here in a bit, about killing games. This comes from The Gamer by Jack Coleman, and it says, after 6 years, Anthem will be rendered unplayable as the servers finally shut down. BioWare's multiplayer shooter Anthem will have its servers shut down on January 12th, 2026. Anthem has once been as a black mark on the BioWare's near impeccable record, but in the 6 years since the game's release, the legendary studio's reputation has further declined. Now Anthem is seen as a warning sign for the endemic dysfunction within the studio, a monument to the fallacy of relying on BioWare magic to save an undercooked game. Now, the critically panned Anthem is finally shutting down its servers after 6 years. Anthem was never released on Steam, so there's no publicly accessible data on how many players are still playing Anthem. But it's exceedingly unlikely that there are more than a couple dozen players who regularly play the game. We have an important update to share regarding Anthem, the post reads. After careful consideration, we will be sunsetting Anthem on January 12th, 2026. This means that the game will still be playable online for the next 180 plus days. As of today, you can no longer purchase in-game premium currency, but you can still use your remaining balance until the servers end. We deeply appreciate your dedication, passion, and support over the years, and we'd like to thank you for that, the post concludes. While it's not uncommon for companies to shut down servers for games, consumers often take issue with the game being rendered unplayable by shutdown of the servers. Because even if you never play the game, something you paid for is now being taken away from you, i.e., you're being deprived of the option of playing the game. A solution to this is to allow players to host private servers, but developers and publishers are hesitant to facilitate these solutions because of concerns regarding intellectual property rights. So
can you elaborate on that last part?
Okay, so instead of being able to allow, what do you mean, like making players able to host their own servers?
Yeah, you can have like your own servers, but what's their concern?
What they're worried about is people utilizing the ability to make their own servers and using their IP, their intellectual property. Anthem is basically copyrighted by EA, and they don't want people using it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
That's the issue. And this has been a huge debate, not just Anthem in particular, but the fact that this next bit, Stop Killing Games, is a movement that's going on right now, basically just for this. There's a big community right now that are trying to get signing petitions where the government should step in and prevent companies from killing access to any of the games people have bought, such as the Battlefield games, Call of Duty, things like that. It's games that had lobbies or live service aspects to a point where you needed a server to play. And if they are to take away support like that, then they need to be able to provide an ability for players to make their own servers and do things that will allow them to play otherwise. And I think this is great. I think we should petition and try and fight for this, because here's the thing. I may not play Anthem now, but I liked Anthem. It may be one of those games I go honestly, back to on a whim.
I pick it up like once every 3 to 6 months.
It had such great flight mechanics. The story was not the best, but
they could have ended the story a lot better. But
it was the Iron Man game before Iron Man was like it was the Iron Man game we deserved, but it was undercooked. So it's a double-edged sword here. I thought the mechanics are great. Story sucked. Mechanics were great. But
so I don't know if you want to trail off on anything, because I do have 2 cents on something as far as mechanics go. With Mecha Break. So Mecha Break just came out.
I haven't
2 days
I haven't
ago.
looked at it yet.
Oh my god. I
it's not my cup of tea. I'll just put it that way.
but but so so far I'm very impressed for it being launched as a free game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not just free with Game Pass, like it's free. Oh, it's smooth. There's nothing too glitchy that I'm aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that no one else is really like. I mean, between me, Greg, Derek, and Geth, like it's going good. The mechanics of it, like just because you have like your typical like tank DPS heals, like
Mm-hmm.
solid. I'm like, I can sit here and heal all day, but I'm struggling with understanding what exactly does what because there's just certain like tiny things that are confusing at first, but once you actually get the hang of it, you're like, okay. But it's very different.
Mm-hmm.
It runs different compared to any other game, but compared to like Anthem, I had a lot of love for Anthem, so I do compare the two because it's got the same general concept
Mm-hmm.
of you're out of your mech and you're in your mech. There's not It's not very open world. Yeah, so far there's 3 different game modes, which is fine. It's your typical um, domination.
Capture
I
the
don't know
flag.
what you. Yeah, capture the flag, and then TDM.
And TDM. Those seem to
So
be like the common like
it's
genre
good.
defining game
Yeah,
modes.
it's not terrible. I was under the impression that it was going to be a battle royale game. So unless there's something in the mix that I just didn't grasp, but overall, like, it is
That that
everything that I wanted, and then
that
some.
that basically like to be completely honest, I'm getting extremely tired of multiplayer games because
Yeah.
like here's the thing, I just want to sit down and play sometimes. I don't want to play with anybody. And it's weird because one of the games I've been playing almost religiously right now is Skull and Bones still. And it's because
Mhm.
they're about to have their next season drop. So I'm trying to get my ship up to a part or a level that's going to allow me to decimate early on in this
Yeah.
next season. Um, but as far as like other games go, I've been playing Railway Empire 2 on both my Xbox and my Steam Deck. Great. I'm on the TISM, guys, so trains. Um, I've been wanting to play Cult of the Lamb again. Like, I'm really looking for. There is a multiplayer game I am actually really looking forward to. Surprisingly, and it's been one I was thinking about getting before on Steam, and I was like, no, because the only place I'd play this is on my Steam Deck, and I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
No.
It's a PlayStation game, believe it or not.
You have me stumped.
Oh boy. Helldivers 2 is finally coming to Xbox.
Oh.
Helldivers 2 is coming August 26, 2025 at 4 a.m. It's
Oh
optimized for the
boy.
Series X and S. And it's one of those games that I've been wanting to play, and I knew that would be one of the games I want to play on the big screen. But I didn't want to buy a PlayStation to play it. So now that it's coming to Xbox, that's great. I wish it was Play Anywhere because when the new handheld comes out, maybe I'd install it there to grind out things, but
Yeah.
whatever. But it seems to be the way that the industry is also going right now. Like I'm sure a lot of Sony guys are really mad that Xbox is getting one of their games, despite the fact that things have been sitting on the top of their sales charts for the last few months have been Xbox games. Like, come on.
It's
Gears of War Reloaded is also going over to PlayStation on the 26th, and I cannot be happier for those guys to finally be able to experience
just
that.
without having to
I
double console.
Yeah, I already got a copy of Reloaded, which is great because anybody who bought like the remaster from last gen gets the free upgrade this gen. So I already own Reloaded, which is
Oh,
great.
that's pretty nice.
Another thing that I really appreciate is Techland, the guys that made Dying Light and Dying Light 2. And I think they did the first Dead Island. I can't remember. Or had a hand in it. The guys at Techland, if you bought the premium edition of Dying Light 2, their new game coming out called Dying Light the Beast, you get for free with all the pre-order bonuses. That's another game that's added to my list that I didn't have to pay for. These are pro-consumer moves. Like,
Yeah.
like guys, like I was gonna get it anyways to like complete the collection. I love the Dying Light, and just giving me like an extra game. Hell yeah, I'm not gonna say no. Like, that's just gonna make me appreciate you and keep buying you.
Yeah.
Whether I play it or not, because I have not touched Dying Light 2 yet. It's one of those. I have this compulsion that I need to have the game day one, but playing it day one is not in the list. It's more along the lines of I want to wait until all the DLC comes out because I'm tired of playing these games, and then DLC comes out, and then I'm like, well, I'm done with it already. Like, I don't want to go back to it.
Yeah, and it's hard being in that position because it's like you want to be in with the in at the moment, but at the same time, it's like I want the whole thing. So even with that, I did the new Final Fantasy demo the other day. Oh my god. It left me hanging so good at the end of the demo. And I'm like, well, now I have to buy. I was hooked. I was like, I have to know what happens. It's like getting that teaser chapter and like for a new book that's coming out. Like, well, now I have to read the whole book.
Or the additional chapter, like at the end of. We own all the Night Court editions of Akatar. They're all black. So black. They're so cool. Did I send you the picture? I thought I sent you the picture.
I don't think you did, but I've seen many. But it's better because
they are so pretty.
But
I mean, my wife bought them. They're sitting on our shelf. There's only one book I would keep out of the 5, but we own them all. Boop, there it is.
You're messaging me. Like, that's not my normal notification. Oh, they're so pretty.
I know. My wife and I finally decided.
The thickness, and then it's like.
We finally decided that the bookshelves that we have upstairs, we're just gonna start putting our like special edition copies and get rid of like all the paperbacks and stuff that we don't read, because the books we do read are all digitally now. My wife and I are in a book club, and we've just finished. I'm on the last of Sarah J. Maas's series,
like whole thing.
Oh, yeah, so I finished Akatar, I finished Crescent City, and now I'm reading Throne of Glass. I'm on the second book of Throne of Glass, and I think there's 7. So for the guys that are watching this, read books with your wife. I promise you,
everybody will.
The sex scenes in there. The wife will be like, "You want to try this?" And you'll be like, "I've got ideas of my own," and then you just do it. So
just go for it.
Read with your wives. Read with your girls. Like, it's a great hobby. Even if you don't read, I only listen to them.
Yeah,
that's all I do. I listen to them to and from work. That's like an hour and a half a day that I chip away at the book, and that's more than I would have if I had to physically read the bastard.
But I mean,
I have a few cool copies of books that I don't want. Like, I'll never read because I have like a felt cover Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, and it's like really cool.
Do we touch it? Do we read it? No, but it looks
No,
beautiful.
it looks so pretty. I have a signed copy of a leather-bound Dracula. Like the guy did the art for this book, and it's leather-bound. Like I have a digital version I've looked through, and I'm like, oh, this is sick. Let me grab it. I want to show you.
But yes, anywho, so with buying things that we don't necessarily need but want, I went ahead and I put the like $60 into buying the new Final Fantasy because it had me hooked. And so
That's
now I'm
fantastic.
torn
I'm
because
so
it's
happy
like
for you.
I don't want to fall behind with Greg and everybody on Mecha Break, but it's generally really good. I'm not worried about truly falling, but oh my
Look
god,
at
it's
this thing.
beautiful. It's so red.
And
Oh,
that's not even the book. That's the case the book comes in.
stop. Oh my god.
It is.
It's
I
just so red.
I have never taken it out of this, and it comes with like lithographs too of the art. Like history bleeds evil. Like this is one of the coolest Kickstarters I was ever part of. I helped kickstart this.
Oh, I just helped. It's so
Oh,
weird. My manager's daughter is an author. I've recommended her books to you guys before. So she has a new series coming out, and I helped the Kickstarter on, or no, it's the Kickstarter for her special edition for Blood Red Hex, which you need to,
I've seen
which also
trailers.
has the audiobook for that. Actually, now that yes, the audiobook comes out with that Kickstarter. And it's
I just this was written and illustrated by Ricardo Delgado, and it's based on the original Bram Stoker book. And there were only so many of these that came out, and I'm just,
it's
I
so
love it. The
pretty.
art for it is so cool. But like stuff like this that I will never read in this condition. It stays on my shelf in a book, and it's magnetized. Like it's so fucking cool.
See, and that's how I feel with the Final Fantasy 15 because I pre-ordered the $90 pre-order, so I got the game and the movie to go with it, and it just
Nice.
should. That's better.
I need to see what's coming out that I'm really like looking forward to. Let's take a look at what is
Mega
coming out
Break
on Xbox.
I
soon.
didn't realize that it was coming out this soon, and
Mecha
even
Break?
for it coming out and being so brand new, I think it's doing really, really good. I hope it does really good.
There is a lot of games coming out soon that I don't care about. Like Eden Zero, like I'm not into anime stuff. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. Never really
Can't go
got
wrong
into
with
them.
that.
They're on Game Pass if I ever wanted to play them.
Yeah.
I don't care about college football. Ready or Not, which is LSPD, it's like a SWAT game. Like that hits kind of too close to home for me to want to play that. RoboCop Rogue City, The Unfinished Business, is kind of like a standalone DLC for the RoboCop game. I will get it, but I'm not pre-ordering it. Let's see. The first game that I'm actually gonna buy, I think, is Helldivers 2 at $59.99, which is great for like the Super Citizen edition. Otherwise, you can buy the standard edition for $39.99. Like, are you kidding me? I think it sold retail, or it was like $49.99 when it came out on PlayStation originally. Like, it's gonna sell gangbusters. I already know it is. Already own Dying Light the Beast, so I don't have to worry about that. On Gears of War Reloaded, don't have to worry about that. And Reloaded's going to be on Game Pass. Hell is Us, which is a game that I've heard there's no mini map, there's no quest markers. You just play and discover things. Like it's an exploration horror type of game. Love that.
I don't know how I feel about
Borderlands
that.
4, there's been a lot of controversy with Borderlands right now. And it's because one of the like developers was like, "Oh, our true fans will pay $80 for this game." And it got a lot of backlash. And not only that, they've been putting a lot of like privacy breaching software in their games, or it's like tracking stuff. Like it's just, it has really bad news that's been going on around the whole
I never
company.
got into the franchise. It just, I don't know.
The only one I really fully played was Tiny Tina. I've played a bits of all of them, but it's just one of those things like I was expecting like a goofy Mad Max, and it kind of went off the deep end, and I'm like, I can't.
See, and
Like
Greg
there's
said that I
too
would have
much
liked.
going on for me to keep playing.
Greg thinks I would have liked Tiny Tina, but I'm like,
Tiny Tina's Wonderland was like you were playing a character in a D&D campaign, which really resonated with me, and I fucked hard with that game. I loved it. But it's just one of those things like, okay, I can wrap my head around this being a D&D campaign type of thing. Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm looking forward to. I don't think I'm going to buy it day one.
That one, yeah.
I would love for these games to be like.
When does that one come out? Does it say Tactics?
9/30/2025.
Oh, solid. I'll be good.
Yeah, and like the deluxe edition is $59.99. Like that's great price for a game nowadays.
Yeah.
Another game that's coming out that I just recently is it's a classic. It's called Painkiller, and it's kind of like a Doom kind of game where you're wielding infernal weapons against demonic hordes. Like, sign me up. And its deluxe edition is $49.99. Like, you have to be sold on prices alone, buddy.
See, and that's the thing, is I feel like they're playing their cards right lately with what's coming out. And it's like, a less backhanded way to say, like, we know that people will buy this if we make it.
Yeah. Even if I just played 40 hours, like I made my money on it. Whereas like a game like The Outer Worlds 2, its highest edition coming out, the premium edition, is $99. Yes, I know I'm going to get my 100 hours worth because I definitely did with the original. But like, if you're going to buy the base game, it's $79.99. Like, that's a lot of money.
See, that's why,
considering that the story's not even going to be that long, like, unless you're playing multiple times like I have, you're probably only going to spend 30, 45 hours into it.
See, and that's why I had no problem buying Final Fantasy 16 and getting a deluxe edition, because I'm like, it's my franchise. It'll always be my franchise.
I have a few genres like that. This other one is definitely that way. I've bought each one of this series day one. Jurassic World Evolution 3.
I keep forgetting to get that for the child.
I mean, you can buy like one or two for a couple bucks now, and with all the DLC. Like, it's the 3's coming out. I've played them all. Like, they are. I am autistic through and through. I'm sure I am. I love trains. I like dinosaurs. I like Legos.
Dinosaurs.
I'm a nerd. Like, this is my shit.
Like,
so when this was announced at when this was announced at $74.99 for the deluxe edition, like, the base game's normal priced, $59.99. Cool.
Not bad.
Never not got the deluxe edition for this series. Like, T-Rex and dinosaurs, baby. And it comes out October 21st. The only thing that I could hope for it to be is Play Anywhere. Because I've bought in this game multiple times. I bought in the second one and the first one multiple times.
Yeah.
Once on Xbox, once on Steam. And the reason why is because I could play this on my Steam Deck. Now, if this
Yeah.
is Play Anywhere, I'll only have to buy it once because it's going to be able to be played on the new handheld. That's my hope, but it doesn't say that it's Play Anywhere yet. However, Jurassic World Evolution 2 was. So it gives me hope that the third will be, because why would you release the next one if it's not?
Yeah, especially if it's coming that close to the handheld coming out. We can only hope as the consumer that like that would be the direction that they go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it comes out the same month as the handheld. Like, God, I hope so. You know? And the only other game on the coming soon list right now that I'm probably going to buy also day one is another series that I've bought in every game for, and it's the Anno 117 Pax Romana. This is the one that takes place in ancient Rome. It's a city builder, kind of like Sim City, but it has like a lot of like in-depth complex systems about like providing your citizens with certain goods. Otherwise your city can't grow. You can't bring new people in, you won't gain that much money. Like, it is super complex. I can't even begin to describe it, but I've played like 2070, which took place in the future, 2205, which is another future one, 1704. Like, this is a series that I'm in love with. It lost me on 1800 because, like, yeah, the Industrial Revolution is cool. It had trains, but you couldn't do a lot with the trains other than like take oil from one place to another.
Okay.
I was like, I can't
I
do
was
this.
just thinking about that because I was like, there's no way that I put money into that game, but it's on Game Pass. I tried. It's just not my.
Anno
Yeah, I'd
1800. Yeah,
1800. It's
it is
just not.
definitely
It's not my style.
my jam. But it's like you need time to play it.
Yeah.
But those
Like
are
I like the
what I'm
concept
personally
of it,
looking
but
for.
it's not my type. I would love to
Yeah.
sit down and watch somebody play it.
You would lose your mind because I am so meticulous with my shit. I'm not a fun person to watch when I play a strategy or a simulation game like that. And it's because if it's not done right, I scrap
Autistic
it all and start
freaking.
from scratch. Like,
Autistic.
my I'm playing Railway Empire, and I'm literally like, all my railroads have to be straight lines from here to here. Like, there are turns, obviously, but like, I want to keep it from point A to point B as straight as possible. Like, I will carve through a mountain to make this thing happen. You know what I mean?
And I just
It's just
I would be entertained because I too would want like if I had the mentality to like that's how I'd want it to look. I'm just not that kind of I
well.
feel
This
like I'd
is
have to be really stoned to like really get into it. I don't know.
these are the kind of games I like to play when I don't have anything else I'm really focused on. Like, I could be playing Doom: The Dark Ages. I have the altars installed. I've been wanting to play, but I don't have the time. Which is funny because I'm opening up the Xbox app on my computer right now. Holy shit, it did it. Holy cow. No way.
No way.
Oh. No, I'm looking at my right now most recent played is showing game, like I'm on my Xbox app on my library, and it is
Right.
currently showing me games in my most recents that are on Steam, like Civilization 7, The Sims Medieval, Endless Space 2, Zeus and Poseidon, Motorsport Manager. Like, I have those games installed on another drive. But that's cool. Anyways, I'm looking at my games and to play anywhere. Like, Adam Fall has new DLC I would like to play. Avowed is a played anywhere game. Deep Rock Galactic. Oh, this is so good for me because that's a game I've been wanting to play on my Steam Deck. But like, I can't play it on my Steam Deck because it's not cross progression. So everything I do here, it doesn't carry over. This will. So that's definitely getting installed on the handheld. Doom the Dark Ages is Dredge, Gears of War, Reloaded, Tactics, Gotham Knights. Yeah, right here, Jurassic World Evolution 2 is it's not only on Game Pass, but it is also a Play Anywhere title. Why don't you just let her play it on Game Pass?
Because I only have my one Xbox right now. Once we move, I'll just...
Oh, gotcha.
Because I'd rather just have her, like, on her Xbox. I haven't... I'll be there in a couple weeks.
Both the Halo Wars games are on Play Anywhere, which is nice. Guardians of the Galaxy, Outriders, Oblivion came out day one. I
really liked Guardians. It's just, it's hard for me to... I don't know.
Oh, the Guardians game I really enjoyed. Like, it was one of the first games I beat in a very long time. Like, actually like sat down from start to finish.
I think for me personally, it's hard for me to play a game like that with a story where I'm like, no, I want to watch this. You know, I want the movie. I don't want to. I don't want to play the movie.
See, I want to play those kind of games.
Like, okay, it has like nothing to pertain to an actual storyline within the Marvel universe. It's just Overwatch with Marvel characters. But like, I throw myself.
I feel like we've been spoiled with too many like multiplayer games that I crave that story-driven game. Like, they fucked up with the Avengers game.
Never played it.
It should have been great. I don't even know if you can get it anymore. When this is something, remember when we said stop killing games?
Yeah.
They basically sunset the Avengers game. And when they did so, they gave everybody all the skins for all the characters. And and let you play it offline.
Oh. Man.
But, yeah, like,
so with games like that, is Marvel itself actually involved?
It has to be. If it's licensed, they're involved in some form. So, whether or not they're just giving over the license or they have creative freedom. It's very hard to make a licensed game right now.
I'm still doing things. And now you just annoyed the dog.
Damn dog. Now we're going to have to go kick it over a fence. I don't support animal cruelty, just as a heads up.
No. The dog.
Like, even the new Star Wars game, the one, God, what's it called? Outlaws. I got to go back and replay it. Like, I didn't finish it, but that's because like some of the systems were a bit janky.
Oh, that one.
Now that they've said that they've like patched things and made things better, I should go back and like restart it because it's a Star Wars game. I love Star Wars games, but I'm sure Ubisoft was banking on the fact that they were making a Star Wars game.
Yeah,
and they thought it was going to sell.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could remember that, like how that meme goes where it's like talking about why would you play a game for that's like really glitchy. It's like Bethesda, hold my beer. There's just certain like certain,
and I love Bethesda games. We all know I play Starfield like it's gone out of style. That's a Play Anywhere game. Can't wait to play that on the handheld.
See, and that's but it's funny just because, you know, there's certain gaming companies that drop new games and I'm like, well, we'll give that a couple updates before I actually play it. Oh,
And that's why like I also buy some of these games. I know like there's gonna be a day one patch. There's gonna be issues with it at first. Something's gonna be wrong with it, but I want it. I need it so it
I
can
think
get
I
off my
waited like a
brain.
solid year until I actually played Cyberpunk.
I waited until the next gen update. Like I bought it day one and I waited until it came. They updated it for
Yeah, I
current
think
gen consoles.
there was at least a dozen updates before I even actually opened the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I waited a full year and then I beat it then. And then I started playing it after like the new DLC came out and I was like, I already played this once. I don't want to keep playing it. And it's one of my uncle's favorite games. And I think the reason why is because he didn't play it until it was all complete.
Yeah,
Like,
he did it the
and I
smart
envy
person's
that.
way.
I envy that. Um, I did start playing Dead Island 2, and I really enjoy the combat in it. The game is really fun. I just don't have the time to like devote to it, so it's one of those things that just sits on the back burner, whether I get back to it or not. And it plays just like the other Dead Island games. Like you don't have the parkour that Dying Light does, and it just feels like a modern version of Dead Island, and I dig that. I dig that. It's kind of like a nostalgia, hit with nostalgia.
Alongside with my baby review with Mecha Break, I am very pleased with
Mm-hmm.
it. I'm not pleased with myself because it's on that same level of like, I can't sit down and try and learn a whole new dynamic to a game just because my
Mm-hmm.
brain is 7 days away.
Yeah,
And so, like, when I
that's why I keep
did the,
going back to like Railway Empire.
well, even with like the Final Fantasy demo, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. Same mechanics, everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm personally
I mean, I still
struggling
need to
with
go and
Mecha
play
Break.
the new Doom game. I haven't started the new Doom game, and I love
God, what's wrong with
the
you?
gameplay. I
That's
know,
better.
love Doom. I'll get to it when I get to it.
Once life actually simmers down.
Yeah. We have about 8 minutes left. I have one more thing I want to discuss because Xbox seems to be going the way of not proprietary hardware, but like third party hardware, such as the ROG Ally, however you guys want to say it. I don't care. This is how I say it.
ROG.
I ordered the Xbox MetaQuest 3S, the VR headset.
Oh, that's I'm like, you did what? I forgot about that. How's that going?
I ordered the VR headset, and it will be ready to pick up in 7 days at Best Buy. And I am hoping to get a full-on review on it. Because here's the thing, I have not touched VR at all. It's always been something that I've kind of like was fascinated by. Like I'm like, oh, that's really cool, but it was so expensive and out of reach for like a long time that I was like, I can't afford to get into this. But the moment that Xbox branded something like that, I was like, I need it. I need it. And I was talking to my wife. Yes, I was talking to my wife, and I was like, she's like, yeah, I know you're gonna get it. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you're an Xbox player and you are a collector at heart. Like, you're gonna get it. I'm like, she knows me.
So, oh no, she's on to us.
So I ordered it and I'm waiting to get it. And I'm to play things like Skyrim VR and Fallout VR.
Okay, let me know when Hogwarts VR is on there. Thanks. I'll buy it and come borrow it and come hang out for a weekend. A girl can dream.
But like,
okay.
I do have like VR titles I would really like to try, like Star Wars Squadrons, where you're in like the Xbox or TIE fighter or X-wing cockpit. Just
Definitely up your
aliens.
alley. That just
Like,
that just
yes.
screams for you.
There's there's also like an alien game, alien it's called Alien Incursion, and you play on like a ship. You remember the Alien movies, like Aliens with Sigourney Weaver,
Okay, so
chest
I've
bursters?
only seen like a handful of tidbits, but I know the
You
concept.
poor girl. Anyways, they have a game set in that universe in VR, and I'm probably gonna shit a brick because one of my favorite horror games ever was Alien Isolation.
That's the one
And
where you
with
said
the
that's
VR
like the
headset,
AI
I'm gonna be
thing.
there. Yeah, I'm actually
Okay,
really
okay.
impressed you remembered.
I pay attention. I just forget.
Yeah, it has some of the smartest game AI that has ever been like came out. So like just ready to like start my
To
and tip
actually
my
like
toe into like the
engage.
VR. Yeah. And the other thing too is I'm gonna compare like the cost analysis between the regular 3S and the Xbox bundle, because the Xbox bundle also comes with like the Elite headband that you get for like $70 off the side of the 3S. Um, it comes with an exclusive Xbox controller that you can only get by buying this bundle, which is really cool. It's like solid black, and all the like sticks and everything are like the Xbox green. It's so pretty. So pretty. I may have to buy like a stand so it can sit up there. Um, it also comes with 3 months Game Pass Ultimate, so that's 3 months I won't have to worry about buying. And when the Rogue
Darn.
Ally comes out, it gives me another 3 months of Ultimate. I'm gonna get 6 months for a lot of money. Um, yeah, and it
All
also comes with like the
things.
MetaQuest pre. It comes with like the MetaQuest service premium edition thing where you can like download some of the games and tip your toe in. And so that's what I'm hoping to do is tip my toe into it, utilize like the streaming feature app, see how it functions, and then provide a review for everybody else that's like me that hasn't gotten one of these. Because all the reviews I keep seeing are these guys where this is the VR is their hobby. Like
So then
they
they
have all the
compare it
motion sensors,
to.
they have all the setups. They compare it
Mm,
to the other VR headsets they have. Like they buy headsets like I buy consoles.
right. So then how much do
And
you actually take in their consideration on their review?
I I listen to a lot of them because I want to, because they're like, oh, if you want like the best experience, this is the one to get because it has this, and this. And then if you're on a budget, this is good for the price. Get this, and this. But if you're in
Okay,
it for
yeah.
this like that's what I'm looking at. And I'm
Okay. At least they're not
trying
like,
to like,
ugh.
because I don't want to be like kind of uninformed when I start talking about my impressions of this thing. I want to know what I'm getting into when I dive into this. It's not going to
Yeah.
be it. It definitely probably won't be something where I buy all the equipment for like a super maxed out edition right away. But if I can get things to work, like Fallout VR or Skyrim VR, because apparently you have to mod these things to make them decently playable. So
Mm,
I'm thinking about, because Skyrim VR is like $14.99 on Steam. That's the only way I can play it. I'd have to stream it from my computer to the headset. Fallout's the same way. But if I can play those, that might be something that gets me to buy better hardware. Who knows? I don't
yeah.
know.
We'll see what happens.
I'm excited. I will definitely make a standalone.
Not a bad
All
thing.
right, ladies and gentlemen, this is time. We are an hour in. Yeah, no, we had a lot to talk about today.
Oh.
I mean, that's what happens when you've been gone for like 4 weeks, 3 weeks,
It
We
hasn't
can look at
even
God's
been that
tweets.
long. I've only been here for
I know.
2. We missed one.
If you would like to read the articles that I started reading out aloud, I will provide those in the description on my YouTube page. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would like to be on the show, please hit me up. I would like to have more voices to talk to. Not that Panda is the best.
It's fine. He doesn't love me
You can DM
anymore.
me, Giga Gamer Dad, on Discord, YouTube, Twitter, or anywhere else you can find me. I'm definitely on Xbox. I'm on PlayStation. I am on Steam. Definitely on Steam. But let me know if you like our content. Jesus. If you
We're
like our
trying.
content, especially for the 2 of you that watched today, I'm very proud of you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Please spam our channel, our videos to everybody you know. Other than that, thank you for coming out. Panda, you got anything?
No, not really.
All right. It's good having you back on.
Yeah, buddy.
Night, everyone.